So I don't want to call this a review. I'd rather call it a discussion, but I am here before you just very briefly to discuss the Netflix TV series Shadow. If you all do not know about this show, you need to start knowing it right now, like right now. I mean, who doesn't have a Netflix subscription? Come on now. And if you don't have one, you need to get one, or you need to at least try the 30-day trial and check out this show. So the main actors, or the main actor that I want to focus on for a moment, the leading role, is that how it is put? I should know these things, but anyway, the leading role, or the main character, is played, whose Shadow is played, and I believe that's his name, Shadow, is played by the actor Palance. Now I want to say his last name. I really want to say his last name, but I don't know how to pronounce it, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it wrong. I was actually watching I believe an interview or something where someone mentioned his last name. They said his full name, and I tried to rewind it over and over again to, learn how to pronounce it. Nope, didn't happen. I was so mad. I was so mad at myself. I was like, this sucks. I really am upset because I not only can I not pronounce his last name, but for the most part, I'm not going to be able to pronounce any of these actresses and actors' names moving forward, except for the other main character, one of the other four main characters, which is Amanda Dupont. I seem to not have a problem pronouncing that, but unfortunately, the other actor and actress that is part of this main four characters, I just don't want to butcher their names. So instead, I'm just going to call them by their character's name. So anyway, this show is about Shadow, who he's I don't want to say too much because I really recommend watching it, but basically the character, due to being struck by lightning when he was little, cannot feel pain. So that gives him an advantage in his world of crime fighting. Now he's pretty much a loner in what he does. It seems like he was a former detective, so he's pretty well trained, especially in physical combat, which makes it, kind of easy for him to be out here on his own. He's a rebel. Let's put it like that. He is really a rebel in what he does. And it's very exciting to see this character and watch this character go on this journey, because it's not, the way it's written is not an easy journey for this character. This character does have his issues, he does have his flaws, he has his hangups. So it's not like, they make it so believable. It's very believable, trust me. It's not like this is just, oh my gosh, this is just a world of fiction, but they actually make it really believable, and that's why I have to give it up for the script. What I also like about it, again, is they've built very strong characters. So there's four main characters. You have Shadow, the main character. You have his sister that he lives with, who also happens to be wheelchair bound. Then you have the new roommate that moves in, and then you have his best friend and also former partner when he, I guess, was a detective. So these characters, they are consistent throughout all of the episodes, and just having this series surrounding these four characters, and they're all having these individual stories and journeys that they are going through, it really keeps you interested in the whole series, like in the entire series. Like for myself personally, if it was not for the fact that I have a life and other things to do, I would have just literally binge watched the whole thing on a Monday. Like, I wouldn't have waited till the weekend. I would have binge watched the whole thing on a Monday, but I got things to do, so I was not able to do it that way. So it did take me some time to watch the series, but the series is only the first season, or I don't know if there's going to be another season, but if this was just like a Netflix film, TV series, short film type of the scenario, where it's like just episodes, and then that is the end of it completely. But it was up to 8 episodes, which isn't too bad. And to be honest, how everything comes together in the end, it would seem like this is it. But if they weren't to leave it off as how it's been left off, then it seems like that's pretty feasible too and believable, because of the fact that it definitely left off where it left off in a manner where this could be the end, and that would be fine because it left off really okay. But if they chose to make a second season or something, then that too would work out based off of the way that it ended. So it's not like it was a definitive ending, I guess was what I'm trying to say. But anyway, the talent that is these four characters, they are the four actors and actresses, they are very, very talented. I'm gonna say the actress that plays Shadow's sister, the main character sister, she looks like Kyla Pratt. Kyla Pratt. In my opinion, she looks like Kyla Pratt. Her smile and everything reminded me of Kyla Pratt. She has like the most beautiful smile in the world. I really loved her character the most. I don't know why. I just love her character the most. Maybe because she does remind me so much of Kyla Pratt, and I love Kyla Pratt. But I love them all. They all were great. Amanda DuPont, like in real life, I watched some of the interviews of her. She has like the best personality. Her personality is awesome. She has a really great personality, very infectious. Like you just can't help but to be drawn to her personality. The character that plays Max, Shadow's best friend, hilarious. He really was able to bring a comical balance to the seriousness of the show. So like, Shadow had his moments too where he was funny, but I feel like Max was truly the comedian of it all. Like he really brought the comedy to the show and gave it that balance, so that when things were really serious, you got a chance to unload some of that seriousness off by watching this character and getting the scenes with him, because you knew that he was going to more than likely make you laugh or smile or whatever, because it's intense. The show is intense. The show is really intense, really well written. I also want to point out the fact that the show takes place in South Africa, I guess Johannesburg, and well, I see, I'm not familiar with it. I wouldn't know. I've never been. So that's another thing. That's another benefit of watching the show. If you're like myself and you've never been there, you get to see sceneries, that you've never seen before. And it kind of debunks stereotypes, at least that I was taught here in America, about, Africa or South Africa and, what it looks like there. It definitely debunks the stereotypes that we were fed and taught to believe in. So that's another benefit about being able to watch this show and see like, oh, okay, the way they live is no different than the way that we live, and so forth. But the only thing that could be different is really just the language, really, and maybe some other cultural differences. But other than that, and then even them, they were speaking English predominantly at the time. But of course, they did cross over every now and then to other things that I don't know the title of, but other languages as well. But that's no barrier, because again, it's not like you're reading subtitles for the whole episode. Every now and then you may have to, but for the most part, it is an English speaking TV series. But I love that they incorporated, it does not bother me to hear different languages, as long as you give me some subtitles so I can know what's going on. But the show was excellent. Now, going back to the main character, they're all excellent, but the main character, who of course has to carry the weight of the show on his or her shoulders. So that's how I felt like that of course that's the main character's responsibility, also known as Palance, whose last name I cannot pronounce, and I do apologize for that. This actor, I've seen him once before, but he's done other work, as I'm sure most of them probably have, but I'm just not familiar with that, with what they've done. But Palance, he did a movie called Hard to Get, I think back in 2015 or something. I don't know how old that movie is, but he did a movie called Hard to Get, and that is the first time I've ever seen him act. And so when I saw Shadow on Netflix, because I was just scrolling through Netflix, I was like, oh my gosh, there goes that guy from Hard to Get. I got to check that out. And I've never seen him in anything other than Hard to Get. Hard to Get, if you have not seen that yet, definitely check it out. It is here on YouTube. Like, you can purchase it right on YouTube, you know, for a reasonable price, and have it on YouTube as a digital copy. But Hard to Get was really, really good. It's another action-packed type of film, and I really enjoyed it. Again, it gave me now that movie I don't think was in English, but like I said, for me, I didn't mind reading the subtitles, and it also gave me a look into a world where I had never been, you know, into a area or country that I've never been in. So, you know, it definitely, again, it debunks stereotypes, or it answers questions, you know, that come to mind when I think about other places or other countries or other parts of the world that I've never been in. So I really enjoyed watching that as well. And I felt like Palance did a great job in there. So to see him in Shadow, and he's completely, because his character in Hard to Get, he was like he started off as he wasn't really a little punk, but he definitely was no Shadow in Hard to Get. He definitely was not Shadow in Hard to Get. So to see him play those differences in roles, it's like, wow, you know, this actor is for real. Like, this actor don't play. He's really a great talent. Like, he's seriously, I can see him having a long career ahead of him in film, no matter what he chooses to do with it. Like, he's just a very natural talent, and I respect that, and I look forward to continuing to follow his work. And like I said, Shadow was really, really good, really intriguing. Each episode is different, so don't get it twisted. Each episode has a different storyline to follow, so it keeps the viewer interested in every episode, because there's always that underlining story that stays consistent throughout the whole season, but each episode is a different problem. It's a different issue that Shadow has to try to solve, sometimes on his own, sometimes with the help of the other, you know, cast members. But it definitely keeps you like wondering, like, oh my gosh, what next, you know, what next, because they keep it fresh by having these different episodes every single time. So I enjoyed it. I was kind of sad, you know, when I got to episode 8, because I knew it was ending, and I know, you know, like I said, I'm not sure if the show is coming back or not. So I was really sad. I really was. But, you know, I'm just happy that I even ran across it, because like I said, I didn't even know the show was something that was out there. Definitely did not know it was on Netflix, and I believe it's exclusive to Netflix too. So I didn't know, you know, so I'm just really happy that I ran across it, and I just felt like I needed to get on here and share it, because like I said, it is a thrill. It is awesome. These are, you know, great talents, talented actors and actresses, and I believe they all have a long career in what they are doing, and it was just great to watch them on camera. So that's it. I hope this was a benefit for somebody. Go to Netflix and check it out. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Listen, you won't. Check it out. Peace.